If you don't know where to go fishing next, then this video is for you. Hi there, welcome back to Fishing Webbers. If you are new here, let me tell you a little bit about ourselves. My name is Alyssa. My husband and I, we love to fish and explore beautiful places. We're not professionals, we're just regular people who are learning new fishing techniques as we go. Every trip we take turns into this fun adventure. If you enjoy peaceful fishing and beautiful scenery, come join our small fishing family by subscribing. In this video, I want to share with you the 3 apps I use that help me find the fishing spots. Jake and I moved to Washington State about 2 years ago, and I've been looking for the new areas to fish at. And it has been challenging, but I did find some ways that help me. We do a lot of shore fishing, and finding places with a lot of shoreline is very important to us. If we find a place with a fishing dock, it's just a bonus. There's so many places I want to go and explore, but it's been raining so much, so I'm waiting for the weather to get better. But for now, let's get some coffee, get cozy, and I'll show you what I do. Before I share the apps with you, I would like to go over fishing regulations guide. So every state has their own regulations, right? Oregon and Washington are so strict when it comes to fishing. And there's so much information in here, and it can get very complicated. And in Washington, fishing regulations can change pretty often. So before you go out and fish, make sure to double check your regulations, do your research, because you don't want to get in trouble. Because if somebody catches you doing something you're not supposed to, you can get a pretty big fine. And the thing I find complicated is salmon and steelhead regulations. That's why you don't see us go after salmon so much, because we're still looking for the spots to fish at around here, and I want to be really careful. When you buy your license, make sure to pick up your fishing guide. There are many different types of license. There's shellfish license, there's license for razor clams, there's saltwater license, freshwater license, there's a short-term combination license, there's like one-day license. So you're a resident or you're a non-resident. If you're a non-resident, that will be more expensive to buy the license in that state. When you buy a license in Washington, they give you catch record card for salmon and steelhead. Basically what it is when you catch your steelhead or salmon, you have to keep a record of what you keep, and the areas where you fish at, they have their own code. So on that card you have to put the code, which area you fished at and how many fish you kept. So you only record the fish you catch. If you just caught and released the fish, you don't have to record that. Then this is a little helpful too. It shows you how to clean your fish. It gives you step by step, so it's very useful for the beginners. So moving on, we come to the rivers. Since we live by the Columbia, I'm going to be looking at the Columbia Basin rivers, and there's so many different rivers around here, and there's so many different regulations. It can get really complicated. That's why I use my Washington app, where I can just select the river I'm interested in, would click in that area, and it actually shows you the regulations for that area. Yeah, so it's very good. Make sure to check your fishing guide. But now let's move on to the apps. I'm so excited. So let's go over the apps I use. This is going to be fun. Let's start with Google Maps. I actually found it easier to, in a search, instead of typing lakes or something like that, I just type, let's say, fishing spots. It brings up a list of lakes, rivers, even like trout fishing, there's bass fishing, catfishing. Google just organizes it all for you so nicely. Well, let's look at this, I guess this Phantom Lake. It got 4.6 reviews. What I like to do, I do like to read the reviews. I want to get familiar with the lake. I would look at the pictures. It looks nice. Somebody left a video there. It has very pretty sunset. I mean, it looks pretty decent. Oh, look, it even has a little dock. That's just the lake for me. It has picnic tables. That is neat, you know. Then you can go over to the reviews. So you can get some pretty good reviews here. And of course, you're gonna have a little bit of negative stuff, but oh, it's nice. So yeah, it looks really neat. But then, you know, I need to figure out what kind of fish is in there. And we'll get to it in just a little bit. So let's see, where is this lake at? Okay, it shows me it's right over here. It's not too far from Seattle. Okay, so it looks like it's this little guy over here. There's another lake right there. Look at this one. That's huge. I'll have to check that one out later. Okay, so Phantom Lake. It even shows you, you know, where to go. So there's like little picnic areas there. Then you have, oh, there's the dock right there. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of grass there. But you know, it changes over time. But yeah, that looks like a pretty good lake. There's a lot of private docks there. But yeah, you kind of look around, see if, you know, you have a good spot for fishing. I don't see a lot of shoreline, but the dock is probably what we're gonna be looking at. Then you can even view the area. Okay, so that looks like a pretty good bass lake. Okay, there's this dock here. Okay, okay, so that's like another little area. So maybe they have more than one fishing spot. Okay, so we found our spot, right? Phantom Lake Park. Okay, now I'm gonna show you this Fish Washington app. This is what it looks like. And I love this app so much. This is the app that I've been talking about that you can check. This is the app that I've been talking about. You click on the area you're interested in fishing at, and it's gonna show you the fishing regulations for that area. So it's just so much easier than using the regulations guide. Okay, yeah, so check your state to see if they have apps like that, because it can be so useful. So we're looking for Phantom Lake, right? So Phantom Lake, right here. Okay, and then right here you have your regulations. So it looks like 2 poles is allowed, and looks like this says this lake is now listed in WDFW special regulations. So you just have to follow the regular state regulations. So we're gonna just click on here. So this is just your standard regulations. In lakes you can keep 5 trouts. There's no minimum size. Kokanee, if there's a kokanee in the lake, you can keep 10 of them, no minimum size. Then you have your like steelhead, daily limit 2, minimum size has to be 20 inches. Then you have largemouth bass, daily limit is 5, no minimum size. And then yeah, so this is it. Like, this is pretty easy to use. Then for example, let's look at one of the rivers. Yeah, let's look at Lewis River, right? Looks like 2 poles is allowed. Trout, so daily limit 2, but the minimum size have to be 12 inches. And I think you can keep wild trout. See, that's when it gets like confusing for me. It doesn't say anything about hatchery trout, so I think it's okay to keep 2 wild trouts, but they have to be minimum size 14 inches. It applies all year round, which is nice. Steelhead, you can keep 3, minimum size have to be 20 inches, but it has to be only hatchery trout. Then, you have your salmon. It has to be 3 adults, daily limit 6, minimum size 12 inches, but it applies only from October 1st to December 31st. And looks like you can go after salmon right now. Well, it says all year round. Yeah, that's great. Some areas you can only fish salmon from during certain month. So it's good to know on this area of the Lewis River you can, fish it all year round. So that is it for the Fish in Washington app. Then another awesome app I want to share with you. A lot of you probably heard about it, but this is my go-to app. It's called Fishbrain. Fishbrain, it is free to use, but it doesn't show you a lot of information. If you want to have full access to it, you pay for it. I think it's like a yearly fee. There's a pro version where you can have access to all of these things. So if you want to get a pro version, looks like it's $80 a year or $667 a month, which is not bad. So with this app, for example, we were looking at Phantom Lake, right? So let's go to maps, and I'm actually gonna search for Phantom Lake. Phantom Lake, let's go to this King County, right? There's our lake. Look, it's right here. And here it shows you can see this blue circle, and it shows you how many catches been recorded. So they're recorded 276 catches. There's 3 new catches. So look, people are fishing in that lake. It seems like it's doing pretty good. So I'm gonna click on the records here, and then it shows you pictures. But of course, to see full access, they'll want you to get the pro version, but that is okay. It still gives us plenty information that we need. So here's the top species in this lake. You got largemouth bass, you got yellow perch, black crappie, pumpkin seed, there's northern pike, of course, those invasive fish are everywhere, and coho salmon. Okay, so but the most popular, as you can see, is largemouth bass. And if you click on it, it will actually show you what kind of a bait people used. So it doesn't give you much, but it's a good start. Looks like they're using spinner bait and swim jig, so that's good to know. But I'm sure your plastic worms would work as well, but this is what people recommend. Then there's black crappie. Not sure if it's going to show anything. Oh yeah, so it looks like they used plastic worms. So yeah, I like this app so much because I can actually move around this whole area, and it shows you, look at all these catch records. They're just all over the place. The ones you see in the water are probably the fish was caught from the boat. Oh, this guy's got a GoPro, good for him. So again, like for example, this is Lake Washington. There's smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. Look at all these records. This lake is happening, you guys. And then again, you click on the fish. Okay, so they've been, caught with plastics. Then, oh, they even caught bass on the rooster tail and the crawfish. Okay, pretty cool. I don't see any trout here. Let's find the lakes that maybe have some trout. I'm just curious about that. Oh, like for example, I like Battleground Lake. Fished there quite a few times. Good luck finding it here. Let's search Battleground Lake. Right there, Battleground Lake. Look at all these catches, right? And what kind of fish is in there? Okay, you got your rainbow trout, there'll be stuck trout, largemouth bass, bluegill. Oh, I should go after bass on the lake. So you have your trout, and people use, they use these so they use jigs, spinners, and there's some kind of little floating mice tails. Haven't used that before, but that's good to know. I don't see any power bait. That's interesting. And you go out to your largemouth bass. they caught it with bobber. Interesting. Yeah, so some new different setups. That's great. There's also cutthroat trout in there. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay, spinners. Okay. It's kind of nice. You see, like, it shows you what kind of spinners to use. Maybe if you click on the spinner, look at that. It shows you a picture of what kind of spinners to use. Pretty cool. And also people can, type a review, share a picture. Okay, people say every time I use it, I catch something. Great for trout. I did not know that. See, next time I go to Battleground Lake, I'll have to use these spinners. Perfect. So this is such a fun app, but yeah, if you want to get the pro version, go ahead. You're probably going to have access to more pictures, and maybe the spot will be more detailed, but that map on the Fishbrain works really good too. So instead of using Google Maps, you can use the Fishbrain app. But the thing I like about the Google Maps, because you can type the word fishing spots and it actually shows you the fishing spots. So all right, you guys, this was it for today's video. Leave in the comments below, how do you find your fishing spots? Is there an app you use, or do you get recommendations from a friend, or you just get in your car and just drive around and explore certain areas? It would be very interesting to know. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, every cast is a new adventure. I'll see you guys later. Bye.